Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel DFA here. Today we're going to take a look at the Cossack Tier 8 Premium British Destroyer and the ship that I put in the meta category when I ended the Tier 8 tier maker. So why do I consider this to be a meta ship? What makes it so good? Well, I do have a gameplay here that perfectly illustrates why that thing is absolutely super fun to play and very good. But first, let's take a look at its statistics so you better understand what we are dealing with here. Alright, let's take a look at the Cossack and we're going to compare it with the Lightning and a couple of other tier 8 destroyers and gunboats, because that is what that thing is. A gunboat, survivability, it's pretty average, not a lot of HP, a little bit bigger than the Lightning. Well, maneuverability, it's actually pretty good. The top speed is average at 36, but still the rest of the maneuverability stats are very good, certainly superior to the Orkan, but a little bit inferior to the Lightning, but the Lightning is really the king of tier 8 with regards to that, and the turn time at 3 seconds, it's very good indeed. And the guns, you run Lightning with an extra turret, and so you get 8 12cm guns instead of 6, and the DPM goes up from 24,000 to 29,000. There's nothing absolutely amazing here. The Akizuki is at 41k, the Benson at 32, but yeah, the AP DPM 30,000, it's also pretty average if you compare it with the others. Yeah, so yeah, the guns on that things, they're pretty good, but they're not amazing. The torpedoes, well, that extra turret came it took the place of one of your torpedo tubes, so the torpedo damage, it's not very good. You reload every 47 seconds, that's pretty nice, but the burst damage at 14,000, you're not going to sink too many ships with your torpedoes. What you do have going for you, 9 kilometers range, so you're kind of always in a position to be shooting at enemy ship, so that's actually quite nice, and the damage output is certainly inferior to the other ships that are on the page, except for the Orkan, who, yeah, pretty much cannot deal damage with torpedoes. So the AA, what does that extra turret bring us? Well, nothing in terms of AA, to be honest. So yeah, it's not an AA boat. So what makes that thing special? Well, it was right in front of you the whole time. 6 fuel smokes on that ship, not 4 from the Lightning, 6, and 2 sonars that you can actually increase with your commander skills. So that thing combined with the maneuverability, it's absolutely annoying to kill. It's a real cockroach. It's always coming back or hiding into smoke, and it's just a complete nightmare to take down. Let's take a look at it in action. And yes, we are back in action. So what do you do with a ship that is super maneuverable, has sonar and 6 fuel smokes and plenty of guns and enough torpedo power to actually still seriously hurt destroyers? Well, you go right in the middle of the epicenter and you make life miserable for the enemy team from there. And that's exactly what we are going to do in that gameplay. I've actually selected it because it shows what the kind of gameplay that you're getting with that ship, because it's not a flanker, it's not a stealth boat, it's really an annoying as hell thing that he's supposed to be shooting at everything, everywhere, all at once, absolutely keeping mad power. So it's not for everyone, because you have to keep a good idea of what's happening around you. But yeah, not a big deal if you make a mistake. You have, there you go, that's the sonar there. Immediately we detect the torpedoes of the Ognevoy. We are right in front of the enemy team. We activate our fuel smoke and we get away from that tricky situation absolutely unarmed. There you go, the Kagero decides to YOLO us. I don't know if he's already shot torpedoes, so I'm putting myself in a position to be running away if needs be. But yeah, I'm reloaded. I'm going to shoot torpedoes in its direction. There you go. It uses its smoke, so that's nice. And the Alabama, yeah, sure. We do have a little bit too many ships in front of us. It's time to retreat and assess the situation. I do have 2 cruisers on the enemy team, Edinburgh and Chapayev, which are dedicated to kill me, so those will be the ones I will have to avoid it for the entire game. The other ones are just free damage, and that Alabama who decides to take an initiative and help his team capture the area in the center, well, that's certainly not a bad idea, but not like that, not showing full broadside to the rest of my team. And sure enough, yeah, we're going to be punishing him once we are done dealing with that Ognevoy. I'm going to reposition myself so I can stay away from that Chappie, hide myself a little, because yeah, that thing can actually hurt me at any range, and shoot torpedoes at that Alabama. I'm going to pursue him with my guns. There you go, I'm always showing, yeah, that Edinburgh right in front of me. I'm going to be retreating now. I've done my job, going to be continuing hitting that Alabama. You see that the maneuverability helps you dodge everything you... Ooh, that's actually a pretty good salvo. There you go. Are we going to deal damage to it? Yeah, but not a lot, you see. Only 2700 by torpedo, so it's not a lot. But still, he had 2 damage con, and hopefully we can maybe set him on fire with our guns. So you see that you are always in a position to be dealing damage, always trying to use the island in front of me, bow tanking to the Chapayev that's right in front, taking a look to see where the Edinburgh actually is, and always trying to shoot at something. So there you go. I really want to set this one on fire before he goes behind that island, because yeah, I absolutely... There you go, that should be enough to kill him. So yeah, hiding in smoke there, and then always trying to re-engage another target. That Ognevoy is trying to challenge us in the middle, but it's not going to happen. I am absolutely not planning to be leaving my position. Trying to show, yeah, that Chappie is going to get a salvo at me. No, I'm protected by the island now, and that's fine. I'm in position to be chasing that Ognevoy. Yep, and the Edinburgh is not in a position to be reliably dealing damage to us, so we can actually concentrate on hitting that Russian DD. Decides to use his smoke charge, take a runaway from me, but yeah, doing so it's going to be right in front of my team when he reappears. And I think the Edinburgh is not in a position to be shooting at me, so it's maybe time to consider finishing. Yeah, he's still in a position, so I'm going to use my smoke charge, and he's still in a position to be shooting at me. I'm going to see if I can... No, it's a bit too complicated. I have the Chappie and the Edinburgh at the same time. It's time to do a tactical retreat and trying to reassess the situation. Let's go conceal first, because I've already lost 10,000 HP, so it's time to take a little break from the action. And so yeah, commenting that video, it actually feels like I'm commenting a sports game, because there is always something happening on the... Oh, hey, that's actually quite nice. That was my shot on the... I don't know if I hit this one, but if I missed it... It was really by a small margin, but nevertheless, the 2 cruisers are not in a position to be taking me down. I absolutely want to get rid of that Chappie, because it's by far the most annoying of the 2 ships. And once I've done that, I will actually focus on farming the enemy team, the rest of the battleships there. So yeah, you see that that thing is actually very good at doing it. It's incredibly good at engaging, disengaging, relocating, hiding its smoke, making itself forgotten, making the enemy team focus on something else. And yeah, it's just what you do with that thing. It's just so good at that. It is so fantastic. It's a very intense playstyle. It's a very aggressive and active playstyle. So if you prefer to be flanking, shooting torpedoes at targets that are not expecting you, etc., playing a little bit more stealthy, this is not the ship for you. If you enjoy the action and the constant maneuvering, the constant taking a look at the minimap, avoiding enemy targets, enemy ships, yeah, that's kind of, for me, it's the best one out of the tier at doing that. Certainly superior to the Orkan and any other gunboat at the tier. Yeah, and have you seen, we've been pretty active for the whole game, and we've been always in a position to be annoying the enemy team. So yeah, Cossack, it's a super fun ship. I got this one for free on my second account, so it's the account I'm using here in one of those free crates that you get for an event. And sure enough, we finally get to deal with that Edinburgh, who's been hunting us for the whole game. And I'm super happy that I got lucky enough to get that thing for free, because it's really amazing. If you enjoy that kind of playstyle, this is the ship to play it. So here we go, Disco, 300 team points, keeping the enemy team spotted the whole game, shooting at everyone, a Confederate medal, of course, that's what you do with the Reclash Zone medal, that's what you do with that thing. Yeah, and still we managed to deal 26,000 damage with torpedoes. Not bad, huh? So there you go, that was the review of the Cossack. Hope you enjoyed it, learned a couple of interesting things. Stay safe, take care, that was DFA signing out, bye bye!